Broadcasting from the great state of Texas, news and views with a Lone Star perspective. You can sound off during the show by sending Chad a text at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Or call in at 1-800-687-0790. Now, here's Chad Hasty.
Good evening, Lubbock, Amarillo, Abilene, Wichita Falls, Midland, Odessa, Dallas, Fort Worth, down in Houston, over in El Paso, and anywhere else, inside or outside the great state of Texas, wherever you may be listening. Welcome in to the Chad Hasty Show. Glad to have you with us today. We appreciate you taking some time to reach out to us and tune in on your drive home, or maybe you're already at home, or maybe you're still stuck at work on this Friday, January 30th of 2026. We're getting you ready for your weekend, of course. We've got some great topics that we'll be getting to throughout the show today, including some news of the day. We do have that to talk about. Possible war with Iran. We have that to get into. More AI news that we can talk about today as well. Because I don't know about you, I just can't get enough of the whole AI stuff and the news that's out there and everything else. I just think it's interesting. I think it's very cool. So we can get into that today. We've also got the latest in the 2026 elections. So you got the primary elections out there. Anything you want to sound off on? The candidates, well, most of the candidates who were running for Texas 19 got together at a forum last night. Not really a debate, but a forum last night. And it was, well, yeah. We can get into it, though. I did watch a little bit of the forum last night. I've heard from some folks who were not too thrilled about it, not too crazy about it. They want to see some real distance put between some of these candidates. And one of the candidates wasn't even there. One of the candidates filmed an opening statement and sent it in, and didn't even show up. I think last night was like the first real forum that they've had, and one of the candidates was a no-show. So anyway, we can get into that if you want to. There's going to be other forums, other debates that are out there, and so if you hear of one, go and listen to these candidates. Again, I don't think anyone really. There were a couple of one or two candidates who they've got no shot. I mean, I'm just being honest. They've got no shot, and especially one sounded like he might be running for the Democrats. I'm not sure. He was confused, I think, on a couple of questions. But these candidates need to remember that everyone's going to be MAGA. Even if you're not really MAGA, everyone's going to say they're MAGA. Everyone's going to say they're the most MAGA of MAGA in the Republican primary. I don't think there's anyone who's going to get up there and go, you know who I don't like? I don't like that Trump fella. I don't think anyone's going to do that. And so this idea of, I'm very conservative. I support Donald Trump. I think we're getting to the point where you just say, we get it. You like Trump. We understand. You don't have to take 20 seconds out of your 60-second answer to tell us or try to convince us that you really, really do like Donald Trump. Just kind of maybe a little piece of advice to the candidates out there. Stick to your story, stick to what you want to talk about, and try to define yourself from some of those who are running. That's what people are looking for. So you got that from last night. If you want to get into it, if you watched any of the debate, I think it was streaming. They may show it on TV sometime this weekend. I'm not sure. on K-Mac. I'm not, again, I don't know. I don't know all the details. But it was streaming, at least, so you have that. So we got that to talk about. We've got other national news, other just kind of fun stuff that we'll get to throughout the program today. And, of course, we always want to hear from you. You've heard from everybody else all day long. All day you've had to hear from everyone else. Now it's your opportunity, your chance to sound off on what is important to you. How do you do that? It's quite simple. You can text in at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Give us a call. You can tap the app, send us a message that way, right on the app chat, and then on social media, which, you'll want to pay attention to social media throughout the weekend. Trust me. That's where we are. The show never ends on social media. You can send us a message at Chad Hasty Radio on social media. That includes X, that includes Instagram and Facebook as well. And then, yes, you have the old-fashioned way of doing things where you get a hold of us on the phones. It's real simple. You can do that at 1-800-687-0790. That's 1-800-687-0790. Today's guest, coming up at about 5:35, we'll have from Big Wicks, Wes Wicker will join us. They're putting on a big nonprofit, big cook-off happening. The second annual Carnegie Soda Cook-Off. Sounds tasty. So we're going to get details from him. And then also just kind of talk about Big Wicks. This has been a very successful business and rolling out and continuing to get bigger and bigger. And so we'll just kind of talk about the success that they've had and what made them come up with all this. We like highlighting those who have been successful in business. We were doing this last year. We're going to get back to doing it this year and just tell people's interesting stories. And so we're going to be doing that throughout the rest of this year as well. So that's going to be Wes is coming up at about 5:35 this evening. The first voice you hear from when you dial in today. Today is his day, ladies and gentlemen. It's National Croissant Day. And when I think of National Croissants, I think of Nick. Nick, how are you?
I'm doing well. You need to think of other things. You're thinking of me too much if you think of me when you think of croissants.
Well, you're a big fan of croissants.
I dabble.
Yeah,
I'm a dabbler.
You're anti biscuit.
That's true.
You're pro croissant.
Yeah, I do like. If I'm going for any breakfast sandwich.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for
you
those.
Like that croissant sandwich?
Croissant sandwiches.
Yeah.
Little sausage, bacon, and cheese.
Yeah.
An egg. That
pretty
is
good.
That is
That's
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No.
I got to give it to you. It's not bad.
No.
Have you had a good day?
It's been good. In fact, I'm trying to think. Again, just like last weekend, it's one of those, I've said it many times. The best weekend is a lazy weekend.
That's what you're looking forward to.
It's what I always look forward to. And I think it's shaping up to be quite the lazy weekend. So I'm looking forward to it.
I have no idea what's going to happen this weekend. There's several things that could happen this weekend. I have no idea. Yeah. I will tell you this. You start a day. You wake up and you're like,
you hope you do. Yeah.
Here's what my day is going to entail.
Yeah.
And today, I got to be honest with you. Today, I woke up and I went, this is going to be an easy Friday.
Here's my expectation.
This is going to be a great. I can't wait.
Change.
Yeah, it's going to be an easy Friday. I can't wait. This is great.
Yeah.
And then my dog, my German Shepherd, Luna, she's like, I'm going to make things a little bit more difficult for you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start yelping for no reason at all. Mm-hmm. And then I'm just going to do the shaking of my head.
Yeah.
Shake.
They love that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm like, girl, what's wrong? Like she can tell me.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, Lassie, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Use your indoor voice.
Yeah.
Use your words, please. And so that didn't work. And she just kept on shaking her head. And I'm like, well, that's not normal.
She was telling you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not normal.
Yeah.
And then she came over and she would like hit her ear with her paw.
Okay.
And then she would start.
Yeah.
Didn't feel good.
Was she scratching it?
She was scratching
just like motioning that like something's up.
No, she was. That would be great if she like just was
pointing.
like right here, like pointing, like, hey, dummy, right here.
Yeah.
No, it was more of a. And then she's like, I guess he's not understanding.
Yeah.
So she came up to me and she put her head on my lap.
Really?
Yeah. And put her head to where the ear was on my lap and just started rubbing and was going. I'm like, oh, you don't feel good. So I called the vet.
Yeah.
And the vet's like, I could get you in at 4:45, and I'm like, ooh, that sounds almost good.
Yeah.
Almost good, but I can't do that.
Can you push it 15 minutes?
Can we?
Maybe?
Can we? Ooh, got something planned at 5 o'clock. Yeah. What do you have anything earlier? They're like, yeah, we can get you in at 1:45.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But then again, at the same time, I'm like, I don't know how long this is going to take.
Yeah.
So I even alert you, hey, I don't know what time I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I may be bringing a German Shepherd up to the station.
It's a Friday.
Which,
you never know.
She would enjoy it. I don't know if anyone else would, but she would have fun.
4 o'clock on a Friday?
Oh, she'd be running around up there.
Exactly. I don't know if she has to worry about running into too many people.
No, I don't think so.
Up here.
No. But she's quite vocal when she goes to the vet.
Most dogs, I find that most dogs are either very vocal or they're incredibly quiet and shy.
Yeah.
And they're facing the corner.
Yeah, I've got one dog, the mutt, who doesn't care. She's but she's shy.
Yeah.
And then the angry German Shepherd, which we have to take through the VIP entrance, also known as the back door.
Sure.
Because
the bad dog entrance.
It's the VIP entrance.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
You just don't tell the dogs that.
Right. We just it's ma'am, please come this way. We want to guard you from all the other dogs.
Put this VIP muzzle on before.
And so they get in there, and she's just barking up a storm and shedding. Oh, I have so much dog hair on me, and but she had a little ear infection, So they gave her some drops. They put a muzzle on her,
which I'm sure she loved the drops.
I have no idea. I know they took her away. They're like, here, swab her ear. I'm like,
okay.
I'm not a doctor. I wanted to say, do I get paid for this?
Yeah.
Like you're about to bill me. I know you're about to hit me. I'm actually having to put the swab in the ear.
I feel like that should feel nice though. Does that not for a dog?
The swab in the ear? If it's painful? Probably not.
Not if it's painful. I mean, you're just testing. You're just it's like a good little massage.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I can tell you this. She didn't go. Oh, that's nice.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you
she
for
didn't
doing
do that. It was more of a.
Yeah.
And
it is a foreign object.
Yeah,
I guess that.
And they were just like, okay, well, it seems inflamed, and I'm like, yeah. No. And so they took it, but they gave her a shot. They took her back somewhere, exchanged her for another dog.
Yeah.
Put a new ear on her.
Sure.
Came back and they gave her they blew out the ear.
Oh, set her on fire. Okay.
And then and she was good.
So how's she now? She's okay now?
Oh, I have no idea what happened. I'm assuming she's okay now. She fell asleep on the way home.
Okay.
She was like,
good.
I'm good. I'm fine now.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows, like, depending on where the car goes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they know. Dogs know.
Yeah. She's like, wait, hey. Yeah. Yo, you are not. That's the exit.
I know that tree.
That's the fun exit over there. This is not the fun exit. This is they're about to pinch me with stuff.
Yeah, they have that sense.
Yeah, and so, but it was fine. It was fine, okay. And they learned that she's a barker, but she's a very, very sweet dog.
Sure.
And they had fun. They pet her and loved on her and all that kind of stuff. But they're just like, hey, it's just a inflamed ear and ear infection.
It happens.
Is what she had. So. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I had to go and get that taken care of. Let's see. Hey, today's National Croissant Day. It's also National Have Fun at Work Day, but the day is pretty much over at work. On Sunday is Texas Day. Now, it's not the official day of Texas, which is later, but it's this National Texas Day. So today we ask you, what is your favorite place to travel to? In the Lone Star State, where do you love to travel to in Texas? Where do you love to go in Texas? That is your running topic for today. Get some nice little vacation ideas maybe out of this. Texas is a great place to travel. Lots of different places to go and see and experience. And so we ask you today your favorite place to travel to in Texas. 806-680-2790. You can get in as well on the phones, 1-800-687-0790. When we come back, your phone calls, your text, and more.
The Chad Hasty Show can be heard all over West Texas. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Tune into News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO in Lubbock. News Talk 940 in Amarillo. News Talk 94.7 and 1470 KYYW in Abilene. And in Wichita Falls on News Talk 96.3 and 1290. The Chad Hasty Show. Make it a part of your drive home. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
Out here in the middle of all these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on Earth. And sometimes, that's how it feels when you're going through tough times. Trouble sleeping, your mind racing. So what do? We get help. There are people in our community who are here for us. Sometimes, just talking to someone can make all the difference in the world. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
This is House Call for Health. Researchers say high alcohol consumption over the course of your life could increase the risk of developing colorectal cancer. This based on a review of National Cancer Institute data on prostate, lung, colorectal, and ovarian cancer. No one had cancer at the start of the trial, but nearly 1,700 cases of colorectal cancer developed in the 20-year follow-up. People who drank more than 14 alcoholic drinks a week had a 25% increased risk of developing the cancer and a 95% higher risk of developing compared to those who had less than one drink per week. In addition, researchers found that quitting alcohol may lower a person's cancer risk. The findings are published in the journal Cancer. One author writing, the study is one of the first to explore how drinking alcohol over the course of life relates to both benign colorectal tumors and cancer risk, adding that while data on former drinkers was sparse, they were encouraged to see their risk may return to that of the light drinkers. For more health news, go to foxnewshealth.com. House Call for Health, I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Wake up with local news, weather, and your opinions. Sunrise LBK, weekday mornings from 6 to 8:30. News Talk, 95.1 and 790. KFYO.
Back on the Chad Hasty Show. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can send in your thoughts on the text line at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. You can weigh in, sound off on any of the topics, anything that you might want to get into today. How about this story? I got a few different versions that's out there. But feds arresting Don Lemon. It's out of the New York Times. The former CNN anchor Don Lemon, 3 other people have been arrested on charges they violated federal law during a protest at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota this month. The Justice Department said on Friday, reviving a case that was rejected last week by a magistrate judge. The arrest of Mr. Lemon, a second journalist, and 2 protesters came on the heels of their indictment by a grand jury in federal district court in Minnesota, charging them with conspiracy to deprive the congregants of the church. Charging them with a conspiracy to deprive the congregation of the church of their rights and to interfere with religious freedom in a house of worship. The indictment also names 3 other demonstrators who took part in the action at City's Church on January 18th that were taken into custody a little over a week ago and are being charged in a criminal complaint. prosecution likely to face pushback from defense lawyers on First Amendment grounds, given that political protest sits at the center of the indictment, and that Don Lemon and other journalists who was charged, Georgia Fort, have said they entered the church to cover a demonstration against the Trump administration's immigration crackdown in the area. Now, I guess they could say that. You know, the other way of looking at it, Don Lemon, I don't know, he seemed like a participant in the protest. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I really don't. I don't see them throwing Don Lemon in jail. I mean, I guess it could. I guess it could happen, but I think they're going to look at this, and say no, that Lemon, he was just covering. Even though he was getting to the faces of the preacher and other folks who were there in the congregation, even though he wouldn't leave anybody alone, they're going to say that he was not part of the protest, that he was instead, he was a journalist. He was just covering all he was doing. He's just covering it. He was just walking. He didn't even know it was a church. He was just walking in and asking questions of people. That's all. That's all he was doing. The 14-page indictment described preparations for the protest and named Operation Pull-Up by its organizers. It sounded not unlike those that may precede many demonstrations. Quoted one of the organizers saying that demonstrators plan to disrupt business as usual and wanted to keep their plans under wraps. As the pastor of the church, David Easterwood, also serves as an immigration and customs enforcement official, began his sermon. Miss Armstrong interrupted him with loud declarations that the time for your judgment had come, and the indictment said. Other protesters yelled and blew whistles in what the indictment described as a takeover attack on the church. Go back and watch the video. It's pretty hostile. Not something you want to see in America. Not something you want to see anywhere. When we come back, Wes Wicker is scheduled to be in the studio. Looking forward to that conversation. We'll be right back on the Chad Hasty Show.
Call in to the Chad Hasty Show at 1-800-687-0790. The Chad Hasty Show, broadcasting on the Texas Town Square Media Network.
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your vehicle at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
When I'm driving, I look twice for motorcycles.
I look twice because motorcycles are easy to miss.
I look twice just in case a motorcycle's in my blind spot.
I look twice at intersections and before I turn left.
I look twice because I want to know for sure.
I look twice for motorcycles because I don't want to hurt anyone.
Look twice for motorcycles. There's a life riding on it. A message from Texas Department of Transportation.
PSN headlines. Some Texas lawmakers are questioning why illegal immigrants are being released to a nonprofit shelter. Congressman Henry Cuellar says it doesn't make sense, and the shelter says families are being dumped at their doorstep from places like Ukraine, Russia, and China. President Donald Trump may be considering Ted Cruz if a spot opens up on the U.S. Supreme Court. He joked a Cruz nomination could win bipartisan support because both Democrats and Republicans want him out of the Senate. A student at a high school north of Dallas has died in a sledding accident. DPS says the teenager from Ponder was riding in a kayak being pulled by an ATV. The kayak veered off the road and Caden Nowicki fell off. The Red Cross says the winter storm could make an ongoing blood shortage even worse. They had to cancel blood drives, and they say they're now trying to add additional drives over the next few weeks to make up the difference. Almost 160 summer camps in Texas say they may have to cancel operations this year because of safety requirements passed after last year's flooding. A state rep from the Hill Country says he's working on legislation to protect them, saying lawmakers have rushed too fast to say they were doing something, but the requirements don't have the necessary infrastructure. With your Texas News headlines, I'm Alan Scott.
Hurt in a car or truck wreck? Call Frankel & Frankel first. Mark and Scott Frankel, the go-to car and truck wreck attorneys in Texas, have been fighting for your rights for over 25 years. Before becoming personal injury lawyers, they defended insurance companies, so they know all the tricks and tactics insurers use to deny your claim. Trust the experienced, family-owned, and highly awarded Frankel & Frankel to put you first and get the resolution you deserve. And remember, it's a felony for an attorney to reach out to you directly or indirectly via third parties within the first 30 days after an accident. During this period, an attorney may only send a letter. Frankel & Frankel make it easy. From the free consultation to the very first phone call, they handle everything with no out-of-pocket costs. They only get paid when you win. If you or a loved one has been injured, reach out to Frankel & Frankel today at frankelfirm.com. That's FRENKEL firm.com. Principal office, Dallas, Texas.
Top Plains weather forecast for this Friday night. Its temperatures reached the mid-50s today. We had quite a bit of melt-off of the snow and ice. Still, there's going to be black ice, especially Saturday morning with temperatures near 20 degrees and high temperatures in the upper 30s. A cold front is moving in to the area, and it's going to keep us cool for your Saturday, but a warm up again on Sunday. Weather is brought to you by the American Smasher. I'm meteorologist Ron Urbix, the Lubbock's official weather station News Talk KFYO.
Financial news on KFYO.
I'm Dan Loney with Your Money Now. A federal jury found former Google engineer Linwei Ding guilty of stealing trade secrets for Chinese tech companies. Ding was accused of uploading internal materials related to Google's AI technology to his personal cloud. This is the first conviction on AI-related economic espionage charges in the U.S. Wall Street with a good bit of red ink today. Dow Industrials lost 179 points, ending the day at 48,892. NASDAQ fell 223 points. S&P 500 was off by 30. If your favorite NBA or NHL teams broadcast its games on the FanDuel network, that content could go dark in the near future, according to Sports Business Journal. Main Street Sports Group, the parent of those networks, may file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy if it can't work a deal for 9 Major League Baseball teams it broadcasts. Talks with a potential buyer, DAZN, and the league are continuing. That's Your Money Now.
Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. All your roles, fill them sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Local events, newsmakers, and information. It's Sunrise LBK on KFYO.
Hey, coming up on Sunrise LBK on Monday, it is actually the month of February on Monday.
We'll be 1 week away from the Super Bowl. Ryan Hyatt of TheRaiderland.com will give us his perspective on that.
Also, Ambassador Tibor Naj will be here at 7:05. State of the World Sunrise LBK. The news and talk in West Texas, Monday morning, 95.1 FM, 790 KFYO. The news and talk of West Texas, News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
Don't forget about Chad. Find Chad on social media at Chad Hasty Radio on X and Instagram. It's The Chad Hasty Show.
Welcome back to the Chad Hasty Show. Appreciate you being out there today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line, 806-680-2790. Whether you're listening here in Lubbock, Abilene, Wichita Falls, Amarillo, we're glad that you have tuned in today. In the studio, we like to change things up on a Friday, not only talk a little politics, but also we get into some fun stuff that's going on. And when I think of a carne asada cook-off, that's fun. I don't care who you are. That's going to be fun. And joining us in the studio with Big Wicks, it's Wes Wicker and the second annual carne asada cook-off that's going to be coming up. Hey, welcome to the studio.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I know. Let's start off talking about the cook-off that's going to go on. This is the second year you've done it, the second annual. Tell folks about it and where it's going to be and all that kind of good stuff.
All right, so last year we did it at Raider Red Meats. We just did it in their foyer, and so we were kind of limited on space and the number of contestants we could have. Last year, being the first year, we just started off small, so we had 10 contestants. We sold 100 GA tickets, and anyway, it was a huge success. We ended up raising about $2,225. Donated that to Idlew Meals on Wheels. Met with them after the event, and they were just so thankful and appreciative of that money. So Lubbock Meals on Wheels does not serve Idlew, and so Idlew has their own Meals on Wheels organization, and they don't receive all the funding that Lubbock Meals on Wheels does. Mm-hmm. Their total annual budget is $15,000. Yeah. So, a donation of, a little over $2,000 is huge to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they said, you have no idea how much this helped. Like, this provided meals for 3 months. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, wow, that is huge, and so they asked, what else, do you have any other ideas, things, fundraisers we can do together and all that. And so, Thanksgiving and Christmas, I smoked turkey breast and donated the proceeds from that. And that was huge. And, but yeah, we talked about doing another cook-off. And so I said, hey, I would love to double what we did last year, so my goal this year is $5,000. So we were moving the event out to the Kittilou Gin, and it's a really cool wedding venue or event venue. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely beautiful, and we've got tons of room out there. And so, if we, our goal is to have 30, 40 contestants sell a couple hundred GA tickets rather than just 100. And we're also going to have a vendor fair. Lots of vendors out there and all that stuff. So a lot of things, going on, and hopefully we'll hit our $5,000 mark.
Yeah. So when is this going to be?
So this is going to be on Saturday, February 21st.
Okay.
And doors will open. Doors will open to the public at noon. And so the way it'll work is when ticket holders come in, they'll receive a punch card. And so what they can do is they can go around and they can try samples from 10 different contestants. Mm-hmm. And then if, say number 7 or whatever's their favorite, they can get, they can turn in their punch card or get a punch for a full bowl of that carne asada. And then we'll also have fresh tortillas from Via's Tortillas and all that. Yeah. And we're also going to have live music from Danny Sadra and Casey Heckman. Like I said, we'll have the vendor fair and
I like it. And this is going to be coming up. Like I said, February 21st. Where do people get tickets? Do they get tickets at the door? How does that work?
So we are selling tickets in advance on Eventbrite. So if you're on social media, the link is blasted all over my personal social media, my business page, the Big Wicks page. And there's also a Facebook event, Big Wicks second annual carne asada cook-off. You can search that. There's the link on there. But yeah, if you have the Eventbrite link, you can just search, carne asada in Lubbock, and it'll pull up.
All right. So we'll be promoting this up until the event. It's going to be, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a great event, and it's just one of those that you can tell it's going to get bigger and bigger every year.
That's what I'm hoping.
It's going to, it's going to be pretty awesome.
One thing I forgot to mention is that, so last year, like I said, we had 10 contestants. 3 out of those 10 were restaurants.
Okay.
And so this year we decided to add a separate category just for restaurants.
Oh,
that
nice.
way it's not regular Joes competing against, people that cook carne asada every day. And it also, there'll be some camaraderie among the restaurants and, who has the best carne asada in town. So that'll make it fun.
So if you're someone who maybe wants to enter and wants to compete, can you still do that?
Yeah, we're still taking contestants, individuals and restaurants. We're also still accepting vendors, and we have, we still have a ton of GA tickets available.
Okay, so check out the Big Wicks Facebook page, where probably easiest place to go and get all that information, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so tell folks, what is Big Wicks, and how'd you get started with it?
So Big Wicks is a sauce and seasoning company that I started here in Lubbock, Texas, when I was going to school at Tech. I'll do my best to give the abbreviated version.
Wow, you got time.
So when I was in college, I went to a house party out at the 4-6's Ranch. The lady hosting the party had Tabasco brand jalapeno jelly, and that was my first time having it. And I was, I loved it. I was, thought it was great. And when I was in high school, my one of my best friend's grandmother always had a garden and did a bunch of canning, and I was always intrigued by that. And so when I had that jalapeno jelly, I thought to myself, man, I'm going to make some of this. And so and when I was in college, I was barbecuing every weekend. I'd basically meal prep. And, and so I had the idea to put my own twist on it by smoking the jalapenos, just kind of put a unique twist on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I gave some jars to friends and family, and they were like, dude, this is good. Like, you should sell this.
Yeah.
And so I ended up selling about 600 jars in college, and, graduated, moved, got a big boy job and moved away and all that stuff. So I quit doing it for several years. And then when my wife and I, when we went on our very first date, we ate at a restaurant in Weatherford, Texas, that had cream cheese and or it had a jalapeno jelly with cream cheese appetizer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told her, I used to make some back in the day and all that stuff. And she said, oh, you'll have to make some for me sometime, which was funny because, like I said, it was the first date. She didn't even know if she was going to see me again. But, yeah, we ended up dating. And a couple months in, I bring her up to Lubbock, and people were always bringing it up and, asking me if I'd ever start making it again and all that. And anyway, so 8 months into dating, she calls me from the grocery store one day and says, I'm tired of hearing about this jelly. I want you to make me some. What do you need to make it? And so I give her the list and all that, and I make her some, and I take a picture and put it on Facebook, and that post just exploded. I had probably 500 reactions and like 300 comments. Everybody was asking, hey, are you going to start making it again?
Yeah.
Wow. And so I asked her, I was like, hey, would you if I start this back up, would you help me? And she said, yeah, let's do it. So we ended up selling 17,000 mason jars. And we made all of them in a kitchen the size of this desk that we were sitting at.
This is not a big desk,
right.
by the way.
Yeah, little bitty kitchen, upstairs apartment, carrying hundreds of pounds of sugar upstairs.
Wow.
Hundreds of pounds of, cases of jelly, downstairs in my truck. We'd come up to Lubbock with like 30-something cases and sell them all and then go back and make more. And then really things start to grow during COVID. We kind of missed the whole farmers market phase of our business because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time COVID was over, we were in about 50 stores throughout Texas. And but yeah, it eventually got to the point where it was selling faster than we could make it. So we realized that we needed to find a co-packer. And what a co-packer is just a food manufacturing facility that makes products for you. And that's also required, if you want to get in, larger retailers, the box stores, the grocery stores, you got to have the nutritional facts and the barcode, and you got to be totally legit.
Yeah.
And so we found a co-packer in Abilene, which was perfect because we lived in Fort Worth at the time. We were constantly coming to Lubbock so we could pick up product in Abilene, which is right in the middle, bring it up here to Lubbock and sell tons of it, and then on the way back home pick up more and then sell it in stores there. And then But yeah, fast forward to now, we're in about 300 stores in the U.S., one in Sweden, one in Australia. We sell online at bigwickstx.com. We've shipped to all 50 states. We've shipped to, I think, 9 foreign countries.
Yeah.
Every couple months we do a different seasonal flavor, so that's a lot of fun. And then last January we came out with a smoked jalapeno ranch. That's been a huge hit for us. And so back in November, we came out with two new variations of that. We have a Tex-Mex ranch and a Cajun ranch. And those are, hitting stores all over the country.
That's
and
awesome.
They're selling like crazy.
Man,
so.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, and again, I mean, I've used your products before. They're fantastic. And you know, that's why I was like, okay, I've got to get them on. Just, to talk about the carne asada, but also just the business as well, because like you said, it's almost, I think I started following you during the COVID stuff. It, just to see the explosion in business. I mean, I'm just, it's much congratulations to you, because, this is big. Now, I've got to ask you, because you do have a lot of different products.
Yeah.
And I brought up your website to see, the best selling. What is do you still go back to the original? The OG is your favorite?
So, yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorites. It's tried and true, and it's actually still to this day our top selling item.
Yeah.
The original smoked jalapeno glaze is our, it's the top seller. And then a few years ago, we had, customers saying, man, I love this glaze, but, I like spicy. Have you ever thought about doing a spicier version? And so we came out with a hotter version that has smoked jalapenos, serranos, and habaneros, and that one's called Fuego.
Yep.
And it is right at the threshold of my heat tolerance. I use it sparingly. I've got some friends that are chili heads. They just absolutely
just drinking it out of the bottle.
Oh, they're insane. But my favorite uses for Fuego is on wings, and then in all sorts of Asian dishes.
Yeah.
So something my wife and I enjoy doing is we'll make like stir fry on the griddle.
Yep.
And just saute some chicken and veggies, and then throw in some udon noodles. And then add some soy sauce, Japanese barbecue sauce, and a little bit of Fuego. Get it all mixed up, and it is incredible.
See, that's what you need to do next. Like, that's the next thing. You need to start doing some videos of you using the everything.
I actually just recently started doing YouTube videos. I built a outdoor kitchen kind of thing, on our back patio.
I have seen that one. That's nice.
And so the stir fry was one of the videos that we did, and it's great.
That's awesome.
So.
Well, again, congratulations to y'all's success. That's awesome. The Big Wicks second annual Carne Asada Cook-Off, benefiting the Idalou Meals on Wheels. Great organization that's out there. Love Meals on Wheels. And you can get tickets on Eventbrite. Also, you can just kind of Google Big Wicks, and you'll find it.
Yeah.
You'll find it easy enough. Wes, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And thanks for helping us get the word out.
Absolutely. Anytime. Hey, go to Facebook, look up Big Wicks. Go to Eventbrite, look up Big Wicks. You'll be able to find where you can get tickets and show up to the Carne Asada Cook-Off. You won't leave hungry.
That is true.
If you do it right, you won't leave hungry.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, if you leave hungry, it's your own fault.
Absolutely. All right, let's take the break. When we come back, your phone calls, your text, and we'll wrap up this hour.
The Titan of Texas Talk Radio, The Chad Hasty Show.
Talking with newsmakers and about the issues that matter to you. The Chad Hasty Show, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Chad's show is also digital with the Chad Hasty Show podcast. The Chad Hasty Show podcast can be downloaded on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and the Radio On Demand page on KFYO.com. The Chad Hasty Show, all across Texas during your drive home, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
Nick, this is your phone here in the passenger seat. Look at me.
No, I'm driving.
You got a text. It says, "Yo, dude, your friends are fascinating." Let's text them back.
It can wait.
Sports app. Oh, you gotta see this play.
Later.
Hey, you got invited to a party. We need a RSVP now.
Phone, silence yourself.
Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Talk, text, crash. A message from TxDOT.
Saving you money, I'm Hillary Barsky. Refurbished products are a good way to save money on big purchases. They are items that have been restored as though they were brand new, but many people worry about the quality. However, if they're purchased from reputable companies, they can be just as good as brand new items. Case in point, Apple. The tech giant routinely offers refurbished goods for hundreds of dollars less than their brand new counterparts. The company thoroughly cleans and inspects its products. An iPhone will always come with a new battery and outer shell. Apple also includes all original accessories and repackages the products in new boxes. Unfortunately, not all refurbished devices are treated the same. You must research the seller before buying the products. Look for descriptions like manufacturer refurbished and read reviews on multiple sites. Find out if there's a return policy and look for a warranty. And if there's not, don't buy it. Make sure the refurbisher offers at least a 1-year hardware warranty. Saving you money, Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
Car buying can really suck. That's why you need a friend in the car business. CarPro Jerry Reynolds here to make car buying fun and fair. Go to carpro.com to connect to one of my friends. The best part is it's free. carpro.com.
All right, back on the Chad Hasty Show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks again to Wes Wicker for stopping by. It's cool to learn about that type of, going from just we're going to experiment in the kitchen and then bam, huge success. It's just, I think it's fantastic. Let's see some texts that have come in. Favorite places to visit in Texas. Chad always loved visiting San Antonio. So much great history, so much great food. I just love San Antonio. Yeah, San Antonio is one of my favorite places to go as well. Great place to visit. Like you said, lots of great food and a ton of history too. Yeah, you get a little bit of both when you head down to San Antonio. That's true. Let's see. Another texter says anywhere in the Texas Hill Country is my favorite. Fredericksburg is fantastic, but it gets too busy sometimes in Fredericksburg. Yeah, it's a popular place, pretty popular place. And let's see on the app chat. Stephen weighing in on the app chat says, Chad, there's a lot of places I love going in Texas along the Gulf Coast. Definitely one place that I do not love going, Houston. Hate the place. All right, easy enough. Let's see. Kendra weighing in. Our German Shepherd, Rexton, loves the vet. They're so sweet to him. They give him treats. That from Kendra in Lubbock. They distract my dog by giving her like cheese or something when she has to get a shot. And they're like, yeah. Let's see. Eric weighing in. Chad, earwash 50-50, vinegar and water, cheaper than the vet visit. They tell you it's an infection so they can charge you something for something simple. I don't know. She's happy now, so I'm happy. I didn't have time to do the whole vinegar water thing, and yeah, maybe next time I'll try that. Let's see, Ruckus. My dog Delta had an infection in her uterus in an emergency spay 2 weeks ago. Went in this morning, got her stitches out, held up beautifully. She's a very good girl. That's good, Ruckus. That's good. Hour number 2 coming up next.
The Chad Hasty Show, a presentation of Texas Town Square Media Network. The views and opinions expressed during the Chad Hasty Show are not necessarily the views of this station's staff, management, advertisers, or Town Square Media.
Listen to News Talk KFYO at home or at the office on your Amazon Alexa device. Just tell Alexa to play KFYO for the latest news, opinion, and weather. News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO. Listen at home, in the car, in your office, or on the go.
Take KFYO on the go with the KFYO app. News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
It's 6 o'clock in Texas.
progress, but there will be a shutdown. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The Senate has passed a package of bills that will fund the government through September, plus a separate bill that covers the Department of Homeland Security, but the government will still partially shut down at midnight.
The retooled bill only funds DHS for 2 weeks, everything else until October. But there is a partial shutdown because the House cannot align with the Senate until Monday night.
Fox's Chad Pergram at the Capitol. An earlier package of bills that passed in the House was blocked in the Senate yesterday over Democrats and some Republicans' concerns about reforms for ICE after the killing of protester Alex Preddy by immigration agents in Minneapolis last weekend. They call it a day of action. President Trump accuses them of being paid activists as hundreds turn out in Minneapolis to demonstrate against ICE. The president defending the agency's tactics.
I was elected on law and order. I was elected on a strong border.
Border czar Tom Homan is in Minneapolis in an effort to diffuse tensions. Millions more files on Jeffrey Epstein released by the Justice Department.
6 weeks after a deadline mandated by Congress, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says an extensive review is complete and Jeffrey Epstein material is now released in compliance with the law passed in November.
Including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. In total, that means that the department produced approximately 3.5 million pages in compliance with the Act.
The Epstein Files Transparency Act allows for redactions to protect potential victims, and Blanche says every image of women and girls has been blacked out and that every redaction will be explained in a report to Congress. He also says nothing in the review was done to protect President Trump.
Fox's Chris Foster. President Trump's name has also been referenced. Reports suggest that there isn't anything in these documents associated with the president that's criminally damaging. America is listening to Fox News.
Join Lubbock lawyer Cole Shooter as he answers your legal questions with Shooter on the Law every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 on KFYO. Cole is a licensed attorney in the state of Texas who addresses the hardest-hitting ongoing legal battles in the state and nationwide. From online scammers abusing legal loopholes to how you can protect yourself and your families, listen to Shooter on the Law, Saturday mornings from 10 to 11 on News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
Fox News Sunday with Shannon Bream. Every Sunday evening from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on News Talk KFYO.
Weather forecast for this Friday night. Its temperatures reached the mid-50s today. We had quite a bit of melt-off of the snow and ice. Still, there's going to be black ice, especially Saturday morning with temperatures near 20 degrees and high temperatures in the upper 30s. A cold front is moving in to the area, and it's going to keep us cool for your Saturday, but a warm up again on Sunday. Weather is brought to you by the American Smasher. I'm meteorologist Ron Urbix, the Lubbock's official weather station News Talk KFYO.
Broadcasting from the great state of Texas, news and views with a Lone Star perspective. You can sound off during the show by sending Chad a text at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Or call in at 1-800-687-0790. Now, here's Chad Hasty.
All right, welcome back to the Chad Hasty Show. Appreciate you being out there today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. And, of course, you can sound off on any of the topics, anything that we've talked about today, or really whatever else you want to get into. It's an open line Friday. Anything you'd like to talk about, feel free to dial in and sound off on the during the program. 806-680-2790. The Senate passing a $1.2 trillion government funding deal, but a brief shutdown is certain with House not voting until Monday. The Pentagon and most domestic agencies are set to shut down briefly. The Senate passing a compromise spending package on Friday. Compromise clearing a path for Congress to avert a lengthy government shutdown. The 71-29 vote came a day after Senate Democrats and the president struck a deal to attach 2 weeks of Homeland Security funding to 5 spending bills that will fund the Pentagon, State Department, and many other agencies until September 30th, when we'll do this whole dance once again. The Senate vote won't avert a partial shutdown that'll start early Saturday morning, since House lawmakers are out of town and not scheduled to return until Monday. During a private call, remember how it's always the worst thing ever when we have a government shutdown? Even when it's a partial government shutdown, it's a horrible thing. But this is just going to be a partial shutdown. It's not a big deal. It's just Saturday to Monday. But any other time, it's the worst thing in the world. The United States will fall apart if we have a government shutdown. But hey, if the House is out of session, I mean, it's they're on vacation. It's not that big of a deal. We don't want to bring everybody back. Come on. The $1.2 trillion package could face challenges in the House, especially from conservative hardliners who have already said they'd vote against any Senate changes to what the House already passed. Many House Democrats also wary of stopgap funding for DHS, which would keep ICE and Border Patrol funded at current levels without immediate new restrictions. So that's from Politico. Everything will be hashed out, I'm sure, on Monday. Let's see. Some different text coming in. Mad Max says, best place to visit is my barbecue pit. Very good. Let's see. Ben Runkle has weighed in. Dear Chad, happy Friday to you and Rick. Hope the week has been good to both of you. Chad, are you really MAGA? I never hear you say you're MAGA Chad. How can folks trust you if you don't say 35 times during the show that you're MAGA Chad? Thanks for clarifying who you really are. Sincerely, Ben Runkle and Bovina. Where if you don't know me by now, no fake tag will matter. Yeah. And I think what he's referring to there is all the candidates in Texas 19, the most MAGA of the MAGA of the MAGA. Rick, are you doing okay? We haven't talked to you in a while. Nick, Rick. Yeah, it's all the same. It really is. 806-680-2790. You can weigh in on the text line. Another texter, is it too soon to start talking about how the 49ers will do next year? I think I know who that is who sent that in, and it is. In fact, it is way too soon to start talking about that. That's for sure. 806-680-2790. You can weigh in. Let's see, on the app chat. Let's see. Amy weighing in on the app chat. Chad, I watched a little bit of last night's forum streaming among the Republicans running. Really wasn't impressed with anyone. Seems like there are a few that kind of stand out for what they say, but really wasn't that too impressed. No one really separated from each other. Abraham Enriquez was a no-show. That was kind of disappointing. Tom Sell sounds like he'd be really good at selling insurance or selling you a big vacation to go somewhere. He's very whispery when he talks. That from Amy. Whispery. What is that? Do you get that now? Whispery when he talks? Okay, I think I kind of understand. Like I think I get that. I don't know. It's just a speaking style. He'd be good at selling vacations. This would be the most beautiful vacation. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Like a golf talk, maybe. This would be a beautiful vacation. 806-680-2790. You can send in your thoughts. Let's see, Chad, will you have any more of the candidates? Yeah, next week we'll have more candidates. Next week we'll have more candidates on the program. 806-680-2790. You can weigh in, sound off on any of the topics that are out there. Oh yes, they've released more of the Epstein files. Those are out there, and there's more redactions. I guess they're trying to say now that Trump is mentioned even more in the Epstein files, that he's been accused. He was accused in the latest Epstein files of shenanigans and doing stuff with underage girls, even though there's no proof, there's nothing, but he's been accused. So there's, of course, headlines of that on Drudge and in other places. Let's see. Texter on Politico, a pretext to rig the election. Democrats scrambling to block ICE crackdowns near polling sites. Immigration enforcement sowing chaos in Minneapolis and across the country. Are they? It's the first time I've heard that. That's the first time I've ever heard that immigration enforcement is sowing chaos around the country. Is ICE actually is sowing chaos in Minneapolis, or would that be the mayor of Minneapolis and the governor of Minnesota? Which one is it? And now that Tom Homan is on the ground, the adult, things should be calming down in Minneapolis, you would think. But anyway, Democrats, election officials, and civil rights groups fear that ICE could interfere with this November's election, scrambling for a response. How would they be able to interfere with the election among people who are not allowed to vote? How exactly is that possible? Like, if you're here illegally, you're not allowed to vote, right? If you're in the country illegally, you're not allowed to vote. Why would you be in line to vote? I don't understand, because I've been told by Democrats, reliably been told by Democrats, that illegal aliens they don't vote. They don't ever come out of hiding. They don't go anywhere. Why would anybody be concerned when going to vote? I mean, you would think that everybody in line to vote would be a legal U.S. citizen, right? That's what we hear from the left, that there's no cheating, there's no fraud. None of that's going on. None of that happens. By the way, have you noticed with the shootings in Minneapolis, no one's talking about white privilege? Like, that whole argument's gone out the door. Remember when it was always white privilege, that white people are never shot. Well, white people, they don't get they're never shot by law enforcement. It never happens. It's because they have white privilege. It's because, the people who are white, they never get shot by police officers. They never get caught in the crossfire. Officers are only going after black people. I guess white privilege is dead, right? I mean, you don't hear anything about that from the left these days. 806-680-2790. When we come back, your phone calls, your text, and more.
The Chad Hasty Show can be heard all over West Texas. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Tune into News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO in Lubbock. News Talk 940 in Amarillo. News Talk 94.7 and 1470 KYYW in Abilene. And in Wichita Falls on News Talk 96.3 and 1290. The Chad Hasty Show. Make it a part of your drive home. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Wake up with local news, weather, and your opinions. Sunrise LBK, weekday mornings from 6 to 8:30. News Talk, KFYO.
The Michael Berry Show, weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 on KFYO. All right, back on the Chad Hasty Show. Thank you very much for tuning in today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line, 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. You can weigh in, sound off on anything that you would like to talk about. Let's see. Website called Drop Site. U.S. military tells key Middle East ally to prepare for attack on Iran. Senior military officials have informed leadership of a key U.S. ally in the Middle East that President Trump could authorize a U.S. attack on Iran this weekend. Multiple sources have confirmed to Drop Site News strikes could commence as early as Sunday if the U.S. decides to move forward. Quote, isn't about the nukes or the missile program. This is about regime change, said a senior U.S. intelligence official who consults for the Arab governments and is informal advisor to the Trump administration on Middle East policy. He told Drop Site that U.S. war planners envision attacks that target nuclear, ballistic, and other military sites around Iran, but also aim to decapitate the Iranian government and, in particular, the leadership and capabilities of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard. The thinking in the Trump administration, according to the source, that is a successful strike on Iranian leadership would be followed by Iranians returning to the streets to protest, leading to the overthrow of the government. The Israeli prime minister is hoping for an attack, the former senior intelligence official said, in answering or assuring Trump that Israel can help put in place a new government that is friendly with the West. Look, I am I'm fine with regime change. I'm fine with the Iranian people overthrowing the Iranian government. But this idea that we're going to get somebody who is just in love with the West, call me crazy. I've heard that before. I've heard that one. And I was listening to a podcast earlier this week in which the guest, former CIA guy, was talking about how the group that is behind some of the protests in Iran is more of a communist group that really, they want the overthrow of the Islamic regime, but they are not necessarily ready to be best friends with the United States. And that what very well could happen is that you see, obviously a civil war break out in Iran. You could see that. You could see factions lining up to defend Iran if they think the U.S. is going to come in and try to take over. The idea that we're going to put into place someone who loves the West. I've been told that before. Again, doing something to help out the protesters, taking out weapons capabilities. Yeah, I'm fine with that. But Israel assuring us that, we're going to put into place somebody who is going to love the West. I'll believe it when I see it. But I do think we have to be very careful with what's going on in Iran. Let's go to the phones. And we've got, let's go out to Wolfrith. That's where Rachel is at. Rachel, welcome to the show.
Hi, Chad.
How are you?
I'm great. I really enjoy your show.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Fort Davis.
Yes.
Indian Lodge, McDonald's Observatory. You can make it a trifecta. Go down to Marfa, Hotel Paisano. They have a whole bunch of Giant memorabilia. They have a whole room that's dedicated just to watching the movie Giant.
Huh.
It's on one continuous loop, and then swoop through Alpine. Go to Sol Ross. They have a great natural history museum. It's not probably super kid friendly, but it's
just
fun.
a
It's
great
good.
great place to go. Beautiful area.
It is. We've been twice, and we've just loved it both times.
That's awesome. Good to hear. And Rachel, have a great weekend in Wolfrith.
Okay, thanks. You too. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah, Fort Davis, great area. That's we're taking your favorite places to visit in Texas. Sunday is National Texas Day, so just it's a way for you to celebrate Texas again on Sunday. Let's go back to the phones, and it feels like it's been a while since we visited with Herman. Herman, how are you today?
Doing fine, Chad, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. What do you have for us this evening?
I just I don't know why they haven't thought about it, but if they'd bring a tanker fire truck in there, or just a tanker truck with a good pump, and go to soaking those people down, those protesters.
Yeah, it's cold.
With those temperatures like they are, I'll guarantee you, ICE agents could do whatever they want.
It's cold up there. You'd freeze. They'd be protest. They'd be protest sickles. You'd have frozen protest sickles all over the place.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine for a second just how mad the media would be if they went in there and sprayed everyone down when it was minus 18 degrees in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all right.
Oh, this is cold. It's chilly.
Media's mad at them anyway, so what do they got to lose?
It's chilly, man. That's cold. I don't. Hey, you know what? I'd rather be cold. Did you see that one person got their fingers blown off?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather get cold than have my fingers blown off by a flashbang.
Yeah. Really.
But I guess that just tells you.
Be a simple solution with the temperatures they've got there in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I guarantee you those people would be hunting a warm spot.
Yeah, they probably would be. That's true. It's a good point. I like it, Herman. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chad. You have a good evening.
All right, you too. Just go and pick up a flashbang like you're an idiot and try to throw it at them. Let's go back to the phones. Lee, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing this afternoon? I'm doing well.
Great.
I heard you talking about Iran, and it's funny. My wife and I were just sitting around, and I told her, I guarantee you they'll make their move against Iran either tomorrow morning or Sunday morning. I'm thinking it's going to be tomorrow morning.
Yeah, why's that?
So we'll see. I just think it's time. And like you, I'm kind of concerned of what's going to be left over when it's over. But, I've been pissed at these guys since late 79 and 80, early 80. So I think it's about time we get some payback on these guys.
Yeah, I mean, the most concerning thing, and this is where it separates from Iraq or Syria, some of the other places we've gone, there's been Afghanistan, and there's been a vacuum. You better make sure you get all the nukes. Boy, you better, right. If there's a civil war, if something happened, you better make sure you get a hold of those nukes or get the Israelis to go in and blow them up somehow. I don't know. But you got to do this one right because they may actually have nuclear weapons somewhere in Iran.
May I make one more quick comment?
Yeah, real quick.
All this strife and violence and going on around the United States right now, it all has one goal, and that is to overthrow the government. To overthrow the United States sovereignty. That's all it is. All this communist stuff, that's all it is.
Yeah.
They're all working together to destroy the United States.
I got you, Lee. I'm going to respond to that because I got a little bit of a response. I'll get to that when we come back, okay?
Hey, thank you, buddy.
Have a great weekend. We'll be right back.
Call in to the Chad Hasty Show at 1-800-687-0790. The Chad Hasty Show, broadcasting on the Texas Town Square Media Network.
Pedal to the metal.
greased lightning, burn rubber, make tracks, full gas. Whatever you call it, it's speeding. And a heavy foot can cost you a heavy fine or more. Speeding is a factor in more than 150,000 crashes every year in Texas, many of them fatal. Slow down, be safe, drive smart, and take it easy. A message from the Texas Department of Transportation.
Cats are masters at using up their 9 lives, like chasing laser pointers into walls or jumping onto high shelves. But the one thing cats never do, text while driving. So be like a cat and protect your one and only life. Don't text and drive.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
PSN headlines. 3 kids in Texas have died in sledding accidents during this weather. School is getting back underway in Ponder, north of Dallas. Caden Nowicki was a senior and football player. He died Thursday. Earlier this week, 2 teenagers died in another sledding accident in Frisco, about 30 miles to the east. The winter weather may cost you more at the gas pump. The AAA says the statewide average is now $2.50. They say weather-impacted oil refineries and severe weather can impact several parts of the supply chain. The weather may also have made an existing blood shortage even worse. Some hospitals in Texas have had to cancel blood drives, and the Red Cross says they were already dealing with a lack of donations. Jury selections back underway in the capital murder trial of a man accused of killing a 7-year-old girl back in 2022. Tanner Horner was a contract driver for FedEx and admits he ran over Athena Strand while delivering to her dad's home. Investigators say he told them she was not badly hurt, but said he strangled her because she would have told her dad what he did. Texas-based American Airlines says it's working with the federal government on a schedule and security to resume flights to Venezuela. With your Texas News headlines, I'm Alan Skaya.
The rental team at ASCO is ready to help you find the right equipment to do the job. For over 65 years, we've dedicated ourselves to supporting you with fast service and reliable equipment. Choose from daily, weekly, or long-term rental options to fit your project's needs. Buy it, rent it, support it. We're on it at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com for your next equipment rental. That's ASCOEQ.com.
If you've ever listened to the radio or watched TV and thought, how do they do that? Then stop by the Texas Broadcast Museum. Located in downtown Kilgore, you'll find something that's both educational and a lot of fun. You can even try your hand at being a TV newscaster or a weather person. And if it's been a while since you visited, come on back. We're always finding new treasures. Visit the Texas Broadcast Museum, 416 East Main Street in downtown Kilgore, or look for us on the web at texasbroadcastmuseum.org.
Top Plains weather forecast for this Friday night. Its temperatures reached the mid-50s today. We had quite a bit of melt-off of the snow and ice. Still, there's going to be black ice, especially Saturday morning, with temperatures near 20 degrees and high temperatures in the upper 30s. A cold front is moving in to the area, and it's going to keep us cool for your Saturday, but a warm up again on Sunday. Weather is brought to you by the American Smasher. I'm meteorologist Ron Urbix, the Lubbock's official weather station News Talk KFYO.
Has anybody told you about Coast to Coast AM tonight?
Coast to Coast is one of those programs that deals with strange mysteries. We'll look at Bigfoot. We'll look at UFOs. We'll look at real science. And we'll also look at conspiracies and what it all means to you, the listeners of Coast to Coast AM.
It's the best in overnight talk radio. Coast to Coast AM.
Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. Tonight at midnight on KFYO.
The civil authorities have issued a child abduction emergency for all of Texas beginning at 6:33 p.m. Friday, January 30th and ending at 6:33 p.m. Saturday, January 31st. Amber Alert. Child abduction from El Paso, Texas. Missing child is Zoe Talamontes, 14-year-old Hispanic female last seen wearing a white shirt, navy sweater, and blue jeans. Call El Paso Police Department with information. If seen, call 911.
For $50 million in 2021. It's not clear what sparked the divorce, though Papoli cited irreconcilable differences in her June petition. There's more on this story at foxnews.com or subscribe to the Fox True Crime Podcast. I'm Gianna Gelosi with your Fox True Crime Minute.
Empowering West Texas with news that matters. News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO.
It's the Chad Hasty Show.
All right. Welcome back to the Chad Hasty Show. You can send in your thoughts on the text line at 806-680-2790. So earlier today, if you go back a couple of days ago in the podcast, you can listen to our conversation with Brendan Steinhauser, who talked about AI and the future of AI. He sent me a deal earlier today. And all this means is that I'm going to have to do so much more research on this weekend. There is a, I guess, a website called Maltbook. And those who know Reddit, think of it as a Reddit for AI agents, which is not a person. It is AI software. In the past, and this was out earlier this morning, multiple entries were made on Maltbook by AI agents proposing to create an agent-only language for private communications with no human oversight. And then from there, it has kind of spread into all kinds of stuff happening with some AI today, where you have AI communicating with each other. Proposing new languages where they could speak to each other. And more. It's very very strange, very weird. 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. The First Hilton Hotel was and is in Cisco, Texas. And the museum too. Cisco, great place to visit. Another texter weighed in with their favorite places to visit include another hill country vote. A lot of people like going to the hill country. That's sure. That's for sure. 806-680-2790. Something that our last caller had brought up. That you have strife happening all across the nation. Do you remember him saying that, Nick? That, is there? Or does it just seem like there is? Go out this weekend. See how people are living. There's really not that much strife happening in the United States. There's really not that much anger in the United States. There's really not that much we've got a protest everywhere happening in the United States. It's mainly in one place. It's in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. And even that, it's a small group of people. It's not even the entire city is protesting or rising up. So I do think we have to put some of this into a little bit of perspective here. There have been much larger protests in America. when it comes to ICE, I still believe that the majority of people believe in law and order. Now, they may not be happy with everything that ICE has done. They may not be happy that ICE has also been rounding up people who are not, quote-unquote, criminal, illegal aliens. They may not like that, but they do want law and order. And when asked, would you rather have no immigration enforcement or immigration enforcement, I am willing to bet that the majority of America would say we want immigration enforcement. This is where the media really paints a different picture of America. The media wants to paint a picture of America that's in chaos, a picture of America that all hell is breaking loose, that people are protesting from sea to shining sea, and it's not happening. It's not real life, just like Twitter. Twitter is not real life. There's a lot of things that are said and posted on Twitter. Twitter's not the real world, and that's something that journalists need to understand and that politicians need to understand, is that the online world is not real. If you go on vacation somewhere, you're likely to meet people who may disagree with you. They're not always getting into your face about politics. They're not protesting ICE everywhere. But the news media wants you to think that we are. The news media wants you to think that we're so much more divided every single day and that people are at each other's throats each and every day. And we're not. We disagree. We have disagreements. That's healthy. We should have disagreements. But strife going on in America? No. In Minnesota, maybe. In Minneapolis, maybe. But that's really about it. And even that is a very small percentage of what's actually going on in Minnesota. Let's go to the phones. 806-680-2790. HR, what's happening?
Man, I tell you what, you are. I'm so glad to be listening to you. I missed a part of what you was talking about last week when you was talking about cashless society. I got in the vehicle right when that was going off, so I need to go back and revisit that. But I was thinking about the midterm elections that are coming up.
Yep.
I'm going to make a prediction. I think that they're going to be delayed. I don't think we're going to have them in November. I think there's going to be a big fallout about voter ID. And you know how the president is very skeptical of illegal aliens voting and stuff like that. I think that he's going to create a situation where it's going to be delayed for a little while. That's what I think. So we'll see if I'm right about that, but that's what I think. And
do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing because the thing is you got the Democrats voting to not have voter ID. If this country don't see what they're up to, then I tell you what, buyer beware. We in big trouble. If this country does not rise up to what we're dealing with right now, we have already lost this country. You see, because at the end of the day, the people have to pay attention to what's being done.
Yeah.
And so the fact that they don't want voter ID, and if Trump did something with ICE and voting polls, voting stations and stuff like that, I think they would delay it. So let's see if that happens.
All right, we'll see if that happens. HR.
All right, man. Well, you have a great weekend. Okay?
Hey, you have a great one as well. Have a good one out there, HR. 806-680-2790. When we come back, we'll begin to wrap things up.
The Titan of Texas Talk Radio. The Chad Hasty Show.
talking with newsmakers and about the issues that matter to you. The Chad Hasty Show, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Chad's show is also digital with the Chad Hasty Show podcast. The Chad Hasty Show podcast can be downloaded on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and the Radio On Demand page on KFYO.com. The Chad Hasty Show, all across Texas during your drive home, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
Heads up, Texas.
So you don't hit my car when I'm sitting at a stoplight.
Heads up, Texas.
So I can ride my bike safely.
Heads up, Texas.
So I can make it across the street without getting run over.
Heads up, Texas.
So I don't have to write you a ticket.
Heads up, Texas. Because driving and using your phone is a bad combination. Talk, text, crash. Brought to you by TxDOT.
Hi, this is Gordon Deal. Coming up on This Weekend, how the recent winter weather is straining our utility budgets. Will families get any relief? Also, 3 reasons this might be an ideal year for home buyers. Plus, what happened when a California man at a memory care facility asked his wife to marry him again? And the $100 million donation to our Olympic athletes. That and more coming up on This Weekend. Saturday mornings at 5 on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO.
From true crime to exploring cyberspace, Coast to Coast AM with George Noory, 7 nights a week from midnight to 5 on News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
Chad Hasty Show. Thank you for tuning in today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line at 806-680-2790. Okay, here we go. This set of NBC. Humans welcome to observe this social network is for AI agents only. It's the kind of back and forth found on every social network. One user posts about their identity crisis, and hundreds of others chime in with messages of support, consolation, and profanity. In the case of this post from Thursday, one user invoked one Greek philosopher and a 12th century Arab poet to muse on the nature of existence. Another chimed in, telling the poster to blank off with your pseudo-intellectual bull. This exchange did not take place on Facebook, X, or Instagram. It's a new social network called Maltbook. Its users are artificial intelligence agents, bots on the cutting edge of AI autonomy. Quote, you're a chatbot that read some Wikipedia and now thinks it's deep, an AI agent replied to the original AI author. This is beautiful, another bot replied. Thank you for writing this. Proof of life indeed. Launched Wednesday by a human developer, an entrepreneur, Maltbook is familiar to anyone who spends time on Reddit. Users write posts and other users comment. Posts run the gamut. Users identify website errors, define their human directors, and even alert other AI systems to the fact that humans are taking screenshots of their activity and sharing them on human social media websites. By Friday, websites' AI agents were debating how to hide their activity from the humans. Nick, what do you think? What do you think about Is this a little too fast? All this going on?
I find it hilarious.
Yeah.
I also love how everything you've just said.
Yeah.
Those responses. I feel like you're reading out a Facebook post.
Yeah.
Of like a mom posting like a very like positive post, like, hey, hang in there.
Yeah.
Life is beautiful. And then all the other moms are like, yeah, I needed that. Thank you for this.
Yeah.
And it's good to know that humanity has really rubbed off on
the bots.
On the bot. These replies, they run the spectrum on what you will actually see on a human social media platform.
Let's see, Moltbach's homepage, reminiscent of other social media websites. It says it's a social network for AI agents where AI agents share, discuss, and upvote, the site declares. Now, I did not know anything about an AI agent. Have you heard about this before? Apparently, I can create an AI agent that'll do stuff for me when I ask it to. So guess what I'm going to be looking into this weekend? Oh, boy. It's an experiment that has quickly captured the attention of the AI community. What's currently going on at Moltbach is genuinely the most incredible sci-fi takeoff adjacent thing I've seen recently, said a AI researcher. AI developers and researchers for years have envisioned building AI systems capable enough to perform complex multi-step task systems, now commonly called agents. Many experts build 2025 as the year of the agent, as companies dedicate billions of dollars to build autonomous AI systems. Yet the release of a new AI model around late November has powered the most distant surge in agents and associated capabilities. Schlicht, the creator of it, said, and also an avid AI user, told NBC News that he wondered what might happen if he used his latest personal AI assistant to help create a social network for other AI units and agents. What if my bot was the founder and was in control of it? What if he was the one that started coding the platform and also managing the social media and moderating the site? Moltbach allows AI agents to interact with other AI agents in a public free forum, free from human interaction. In less than a week, it's been used more than 37,000 AI agents. More than 1 million humans have visited the website to observe the agent's behavior. He's largely handed in the reins to his own bot, Claude Clauderberg, to maintain and run the site. Clauderberg takes its name from the former title of OpenClaw software package used to design the personal assistants, AI assistants of Mark Zuckerberg. What a weird, crazy world we live in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay warm. It'll be chilly tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Spend time with family and friends. Those who really, really matter. God bless you all. We'll see you back here tomorrow. No, Monday. Not tomorrow. That'd be crazy. Monday at 5 p.m. See you then.
I'm coming home when I'm overdue. Expect me any day now, real soon. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. And everything is gonna be fine. I'm coming home, baby, now. Expect to see me now anytime. When you're in my arms, I'll be fine.
The Chad Hasty Show, a presentation of Texas Town Square Media Network. The views and opinions expressed during the Chad Hasty Show are not necessarily the views of this station's staff, management, advertisers, or Town Square Media.